Hey, what up? It's Papa Keith here with Jason Fitzroy Jeffers from the Third Horizon Film Festival. How you doing, my brother?
Doing well, doing well. Yourself?
Can't complain. Another day above ground is a good one. You know what I
Nice, nice.
mean? All right. So listen, you're here to talk to me about the Third Horizon Film Festival. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct. We're gearing up for our fifth edition, kicking off on Thursday, June 24th, and we're really excited. Bringing the world of Caribbean cinema to Miami and to the world. Really,
Well, first of all, where you from? Let everybody know where you're from.
I'm from Barbados originally. I've been
That's
here in
what's up.
Miami a while, but Barbados is home.
Home of the flying fish.
Yes, 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 indeed.
That's what's up. So listen, so what is Caribbean films? What would you like people to understand what Caribbean films are? When I think of Caribbean films, I think of Dancehall Queen. I think of Third World Cop. I think of, films
Aka
that are authentically created and
yeah,
made by Caribbean people in the Caribbean.
yeah, that's
Really?
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. We showcase Third Horizon is a collective of filmmakers based here in Miami. We've made short films that have gone to festivals such as Sundance and TIFF and like really big film festivals. But we said at a certain point, you know what, we're going to these major film festivals. We're not seeing other Caribbean people there. So let's create our own festival. And so it's our way every year of bringing together filmmakers from Trinidad, Guyana, Barbados, Cuba, Dominican Republic, you name it. And we just think that there are some really exciting voices and stories being told across the region because if you think about it, the Caribbean is the crossroads of the world, right?
Facts.
It's, between the East and the West, the old and the new. Like we invented the remix. I know Diddy says he did, but the Caribbean invented the remix, right? Like we remixed world culture and created modernity. And so we just like to champion the filmmakers coming out of the region and share their stories with the world.
That's amazing. I love what you said because I see this a lot, just mostly with brown and black people not being recognized properly by other establishments that have created their own Grammys and this and that. And we've been hearing the talk more and more, just create your own, instead of like, getting all caught up of not being recognized by some of these older and differently established organizations. um, Create your own. And I know it's easier said than done, because obviously, you want to be recognized by these world-renowned companies and stuff like that. But after a while, you really have to make some different choices and kind of understand things differently.
That's
Because
real.
you mentioned it, what's your take on that? Because I know that
Yeah, I mean,
probably the,
I
the
think,
driving force of what you're doing right now with the Third Horizon
yeah.
Film Festival.
I mean, I think you can do both, right? I think if you do a good enough job, you make people come to you, right? If you defiantly state that I know that what I have to say as a person, even if I'm not recognized initially by the mainstream, um, I can divert the mainstream to me eventually. We can all do that,
Like a
I mean,
Tyler Perry kind of vibe.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think about the history of popular music, all forms of popular culture in America have come from people of color, Black people specifically,
Mhm.
and those elements have been taken to create, these more popular mainstream sanitized forms. So I think it's important for us to say, recognize, hold up, wait a minute, we contributed and have contributed for so long. Why don't we just ground ourselves in who we are, create things for ourselves, and do both at the same time? We can have our cake and eat it too. You can be fiercely independent and advocate for the rights and the success of your community and your people around you, and still succeed at the highest levels. And I think we're seeing that. You're seeing that with somebody like, say, for example, Issa Rae.
Yeah.
Issa Rae had her show, her web series for a long time, that did really well and had viewers all over the world. And eventually HBO came calling and they were like, can you do a version of this for us? And that's where Insecure came from. So we're trying to help Caribbean filmmakers do the same thing and say, hey, you don't have to go knocking down Hollywood's door. Post up, do your thing, let Hollywood come to you.
Well, we're so happy that you're doing this event. Also here in Miami, June is recognized as Caribbean Month, so it just makes so much sense. When we think about Caribbean, we always focus mainly on the music aspect of it. So it's good that we now can broaden it and celebrate so many things like film and other things that and food and other things that have influenced the world coming out of the Caribbean. So can we go over the dates? Let's get into the actual festival itself, and then I have a few more questions for you. So the run dates of the festival and how it's going to work.
Yeah, so the festival opens Thursday, June 24th, and it runs for a week until Thursday, July 1st. And we've made it available, usually before the pandemic, we just used to do it at a cinema here in Miami. But now because of the pandemic, we've broadened it. We've made the festival available online. So you can still watch it in person with us. We're going to be doing screenings at Night Owl Drive-In downtown. You pull up in your car, we can be playing some music, you can watch the films on screen. However, if you don't want to leave your house, if you're not, comfortable leaving your house just yet for whatever reason, you can download our app on Amazon Fire TV, on Roku, Apple TV. Download our app, watch the films that way, or you can watch them on our website, thirdhorizonfilmfestival.com. And
And
the great thing,
the app is also Third Horizon, to be clear.
yeah, the app is Third Horizon. Yeah, just go and search for that and download it on your device. And the great thing about that is, if, say, for example, you got an auntie in Trinidad who wants to watch with you, you can watch at the same time, right? You could be watching on your website and she could be in Trinidad watching the same movie, and y'all could be having a conversation about it. It's the way we see it is like this is an opportunity to connect the Caribbean diaspora all at once. So we're really excited about that.
Outside of phone cards.
Outside of phone cards, yeah.
Yes, sir.
You remember High Five? You remember High Five back then?
Bust in the Caribbean, man. That was,
Yeah, man.
the Facebook of the Caribbean, man. Oh man, yes, I remember that. Now everything is WhatsApp and all this other stuff, man. But it's cool, man. We always find a way, right?
Yeah, we always do. We are people of movement and movementations and
Yeah,
and resilience, man. We always figure it out. We always figure it out.
correct. So I'm super interested in the Night Owl Drive-In. How is that going to work? I really want to come out to at least one of them, and because I got a little bit of information that hopefully we could talk about. Maya Cozier,
Yeah, Cozier, yeah.
But I started looking at her. I thought I was going to be talking to her too, so I started looking at her short film, and it caught me quick. So I would love to see that one. When is that happening? And tell me how the Night Owl Drive-In works. I want to sign in and have an opportunity before it's
sold. Sure thing. You can buy tickets for all screenings, however you want to watch them, on our website, thirdhorizonfilmfestival.com. And so, for example, if you wanted to watch Maya's film, which is showing on Saturday, June 26th at 8:30 p.m., you go to the website, you pull it up, you decide if you want to watch the drive-in screening or the virtual screening online. You buy your ticket, for the drive-in. It gives you the address. You select which parking spot at the drive-in you want. You drive downtown. You go there, you drive in, they direct you to your slot, and then the film is going to come up on the screen. We're really excited about that film. Chief Paradise is actually a feature-length film. It started as a short film that we showed at another festival that we did in New York some years ago. And she's since developed that into a feature film that actually right now is screening at Tribeca Film Festival in New York, which is one of the biggest film festivals in the world. So we're really excited that it's coming down to us following that for its Miami premiere. So we expect that's going to be great. Yeah, it's
from what I see, it looks like, not to compare with anything, but it looks like the Trini version of Dancehall Queen. So I was like, oh yes, because I'm Trini, so I was like excited about it.
Maya is a really talented filmmaker who, I think her voice and her vision is going to go really far. That film is, it blends these elements of, carnival culture and dance culture and whatnot. But it's also a really moving drama. It's a really thoughtful script, gorgeous cinematography. It's a real piece of art. It's a real piece of art.
Nice. I can't wait to see it. So is there like an option for like VIP section and all that kind of stuff, or is it just
no VIP? Everybody just spread out in the cars, and all right. So one flat ticket, you bring as many people as you want, get snacks there, all that kind of thing.
Really cool. Nice. All right, that's what's up. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna definitely make my way over to check out that film. All right, and so let's talk about some of the. Thanks for talking about that, and Maya. Let's talk about some of the other films that you're showcasing. Can you pull out a few that you'd like to highlight?
Sure.
Why?
Yeah, sure. Later that night, we're also showing another film at the drive-in. Actually, this film, I would recommend people get their tickets for this one because out of all of the films that we're showing, this is the only film that is only screening at the drive-in. It's a film called Studio 17, The Lost Reggae Tapes.
I know that. Yes.
Yes,
I know
yeah,
that. Yeah. I
yeah.
know that.
So we're really excited to be
Also, it's
screening
the
that.
same night, so I could watch a double feature.
You can watch a double feature, yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, in there.
It's gonna be, yeah, we're gonna have the drive-in rocking that night, man. So
Yeah.
yeah. So, for those who haven't heard of it, it's a film about the story of Randy's Records, a legendary recording studio and record store in Kingston, that was founded by the Chins, a Chinese Jamaican family. And this studio would go on to record the likes of, Lee Scratch Perry, Bob Marley and the Wailers, man, so many legendary, and so many of these reggae icons are talking about this legendary studio in this film. The soundtrack is great. It's like a trip into yesteryear,
Nice.
amazing archival footage and photographs. It's like, I call the film a time machine, right? You watch this film, it's like you're being transported to 70s Jamaica, like right when the music was being born.
Wow.
So it's a real treat. And then as far as another film I would plug, there's a film, the opening night film, Liborio, is a film from the Dominican Republic that's showing on Thursday, June 24th
Okay.
at 8:30 p.m. It's based on a true story. It's a drama based on a true story about a man in the 1920s Dominican Republic who one day a hurricane hit the island and he vanished for a few days. And he finally reappeared to his village after a few days and told them that he had been whisked away into heaven.
Wow.
And he starts wearing a crown made of, like sticks and
Right.
whatnot. And
Horns.
he starts leading like a religious movement. And eventually, the U.S. Military that was occupying the island at the time becomes a bit threatened by this movement that he has started, and that leads to a confrontation. And so he's a legendary figure in Dominican history. And so this is a really incredible drama that has been made about his life.
Awesome. All right. Could you give the website so everybody can get the list of all the films and do their research and get involved?
Yeah, sure. You can check out the website. I should say we also have workshops if you know Caribbean filmmakers who are trying to learn how to, make films or thinking about, who maybe haven't even gone to film school and want some advice and training and mentorship. We have workshops as well. But everything, workshops, parties as well. We'll be announcing our parties soon. And of course, the films can all be found at thirdhorizonfilmfestival.com. That's THIRDHORIZONFILMFESTIVAL.com.
Thank you so much, Jason Fitzroy Jeffers. Besides being one of the amazing organizers of this event, how do you tie into the Caribbean movie industry? I'm sure you sound like a creative, so I'm sure you have something going on too. And I just want to, of course, lend you the opportunity to speak about what your passions lie besides putting on this festival.
Yeah, sure. Like growing up in Barbados, I always wanted to be a filmmaker. And the funny thing is, growing up in Barbados in the 80s and saying you wanted to be a filmmaker was saying like, it was like saying you wanted to be an astronaut, right? Like, how are you going to do that? So it took many years for me. I came here, I became a journalist. I used to work for the Miami Herald for a while for another newspaper called the Sun Post. Eventually, some friends and I got together and we made a short film called Papa Machete. And it is a short film about the esoteric martial art of Haitian machete fencing. And so what happened is during the Haitian Revolution, some of the slaves picked up the machetes that they used to cut the sugar cane with, and they said, "Hold up," and they developed a martial art out of that. That think of it almost like a fusion between fencing, typical fencing with one arm behind your back, a fusion of fencing and capoeira, but using a machete.
Wow.
So we made a short documentary about that that did really well. It went to Sundance and TIFF and Black Star and a lot of major film festivals around the world. You can see it online for free at National Geographic. You can just go to Google and type in Papa Machete and you can pull it up. But anyway, that film did really well, and that kind of kicked off our filmmaking career as a collective called Third Horizon, and then eventually we started the festival as well.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much also, Jason, for all that you do. This is why we love to have you on my program, because it's about people doing amazing things in and for the community, and you are definitely deserving of that. I wish you all the best. June 24th through July 1st. You can go online to thirdhorizonfilmfestival.com. They'll be out at the Night Owl Drive-In during that time as well, showing different films. But all the information will be on the website, and there's also an app you can download as well to get involved. Again, thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you for all the work you've done over the years, and being a voice for our community. I'm a longtime fan, and really happy to be here with you today.
Oh, I appreciate you, man. That means a lot. Thank you so much, Jay. JJ. Correct. As Korean people, we have 5 names. So.
Yeah, man. You don't want to hear the other ones. It might not be. I can't hear.
So I just added on to the list.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. Hopefully I'll get to see you when I come out.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna try to make it for Saturday, because those 2 will be perfect for me.
Yeah, well, we got a slot waiting for you, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right.
All right, take care of yourself, man.
All right, be well.